I hate how we have to keep doing these. I hate that, like, we're sort of like a nostalgia based show, and like all of these like heroes that we lose.
I actually shed a tear for Carl Weathers.
I mean, Carl Weathers. I mean, what,
I'm not gonna.
I mean, he is one of like the founding fathers or like the patron saints of the Total Recall show through Rocky, Star Wars,
Predator.
Yeah, like he's kind of found
always there.
I was at like GameStop.
Yeah.
And like I was like looking at the Carl Weathers, like his character from The Mandalorian. I was looking at like the action figure there, and it was kind of like a larger one. And
yeah.
it was like very detailed. Grief. Like an hour later or something, you texted me like, "Oh, Carl Weathers
passed away."
Yeah.
And like it hit hard because like I was watching Stallone do his like tribute, and that's what choked me up. He talking about his old buddy. Like I just can't believe. I hated when they killed him off in Rocky. It's like, why wait for the
Rocky
fourth
4.
movie?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not gonna kill him off in 2, he's like, Stallone's always like, he should do the George Costanza. Whatever his instinct is, do the opposite of it.
Yeah, I mean, but again, you need that. Like, you need like a gut punch at a certain point in a long running series and in a movie and stuff. So like, I understand why you and Stallone was probably thinking like, yeah, we're not doing any more than like this is going to be the last one. So like, who cares? Like look, Carl, you're not going to miss anything. It's not like there's going to be another Rocky after this. It's going to be a good send off.
Forget about it. Last time anyone's going to add a Rocky on the lips.
Action Jackson.
Action Jackson, one of my favorite. I have it on DVD.
I used to have like the Action Jackson action figures because that was like another one that was like something that was like the older kids did, and then I think at some point in the 80s they did like a reissue of Action Jackson or something. I forget what, like some kind of like nostalgia thing. And so when Action Jackson movie, when the movie came out, I was like, wait, is that like the live action movie version of this toy?
We got to do a dedicated Action Jackson episode. He's like he's fighting Craig T. Nelson, Coach. There's it's like the scene earlier in the movie where he's like doing martial arts, Craig T. Nelson, just to show you he can hold his own against Action Jackson later.
He's also doing like the thing that he does in Poltergeist where he like sticks out his stomach before, after.
Dude, I actually on my phone. I was trying to see what I couldn't remember what he was reading. I looked up the book. He was some like Ronald Reagan book he's reading in bed. Like hilarious. Like backwards. I'm like, whoa, you can read a book backwards in bed? Or like facing the opposite direction. And Joe Beth Williams smokes a little reefer.
Yeah, that like that. When I was a kid, it was like, you kind of draw like weird connections. So like when I was a kid, I thought that was kind of what brought the ghosts into the house, was that the parents were doing a real no-no. They were playing with fire. You're going to open a portal to another dimension.
Predator. He's in Predator. He's Dylan, you son of a bitch.
The high five heard round the world.
The CIA's got you pushing too many pencils, Dylan. Now, come to think of it, we got Action Jackson, but Carl Weathers seems to die a lot in these movies.
But his death, like, so it's Rocky 4. It's like, and I mean, Rocky 5, there's a pretty long gap between Rocky 4 and Rocky 5. And it was kind of like, it was like, okay, we're kind of done with the series. Who would have known the life it would have? And then there's a whole series of like, of spin-off movies that are like really good really like regarded. I think of like won some Oscars or something.
Who would have you could
named after his character who died 6 movies ago. And I mean, he like, what must that do to him? We've had 3 of these Creed movies so far and more to come, and every single one of them that's like, I'm Creed. And there's a movie called Creed. It's a huge hit. It's acclaimed, and I don't see anything from. It's like, can a ghost show up? Can like I show up as a ghost? Can there be a dream sequence? Can there be a like what if what might like where he imagines like what if his dad would have survived, or
like is there any way back from the dead?
Exactly. Can you show footage from, you know, like they're watching the TV, and so then I'll get like a little like residual payment just for like having footage from like, you know, Rocky 2 or something show up with me in it.
Hey, Adonis, Polly's been working on some new technology. We're resurrecting your dad. He's coming back.
An AI. He's pitching every one of these every possible way of getting Apollo Creed back in it. But isn't that kind of weird? Whenever there's a scene where like Felicia Rashad is talking to him about his dad or something, and it's like in your mind, like you're seeing Carl Weathers as, you know, as when she's like talking about how great your father was, you're seeing him there, but not on film. No. And so he doesn't, you know, he get a taste.
He's in the theater watching it, and she's like, if only your father could be here. And Carl Weathers himself gets so angry he like crushes the seats.
I mean, I'll bet like he just can't watch those. Like he
I'd
can't
be so
go near
sick
it.
to my stomach.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that like 6 movies into the franchise, Stallone gets nominated for like best supporting actor in a Creed movie, or best picture gets nominated for?
Yeah, so it's just like, do not kill off my character. Like that's you have that in your contract now. I mean, Guinness was angry that they killed him off in Star Wars, but it's like they still managed to find a way to get him into a couple of sequels. Yeah,
he's a Force ghost in the
right, movies. Exactly. Like anything, like a dream or something.
Dad, why do you have a cloak on?
You hear about Shatner bitching to J.J. Abrams, you brought Leonard back. Oh, why can't you bring me back? And forever, like every time a Batman movie would come out, Adam West would be like, I'm hurt that they didn't consider me for the role.
What was Julie Newmar was like, like auditioning for the roles too?
Some interview with Carl Weathers when he was showing up at one of these like Comic-Cons to like sign autographs, like, and just, you know, kind of like a little joke answer of like how he feels about it. But
yeah, I'm mad on his behalf.
Yeah, like The Mandalorian, like that. I mean, that's kind of the last role I remember him from. Like, I don't know if he did anything since then, but you know, what a great addition to the Star Wars universe.
And the death was so sudden as well, because I was seeing him. He was in a commercial. I think he was going to be at the Super Bowl with Rob Gronkowski for some kind of like halftime thing. Mm-hmm. So there was like so, yeah. He was in the middle of business.
He was as current as ever.
Yeah, like unfinished business. Mando. I like when he's like Mando.
I saw Rocky 3 in the theater when I was a kid, and I just I always remember that like final scene where they like punch each other. Yeah. It's like freeze frame. Yeah, I loved that too. That Apollo Creed was like the villain, and then now they're teaming up.
I love
now
that
he's his best
too.
friend. Like, I love that arc.
That
Rocky 3 is just a thing of beauty. It's just just wonderful. It reminds me of like the tales of Arthur, like the Knights of Arthur, where he'll fight a knight. You know, King Arthur will like fight a knight, and then that knight joins the round table.
I love when you join your party on your quest.
Exactly.
Come on, Clubber. Somebody's got to do a Clubber Lang.
Yeah, where Clubber Lang joins the party.
A new trilogy for the for this year. It's like you saw Creed. Now it's Clubber.
Well, you know, and I'm curious why Mr. T hasn't made an appearance in any of the Rocky sequels, right? But like, you know that like if Clubber Lang makes another appearance in the Rocky verse, I mean, he's gonna be like beloved. He's gonna, he's like so gonna be part of the team.
Stallone did the arm wrestling movie Over the Top.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to create a new vehicle for it's like it would have been made in the 80s for Mr. T. It's like a bouncer competition, like because he was like world's greatest bouncer. Yeah. So it's like the finale is like you're throwing somebody like through a saloon door or something. I'm gonna watch Predator in his honor.
Predator,
Dylan.
I'm really like I pretty recently watched Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 back to back. So I think it's time to like go back, like do that again, and then get like even further, watch all the way up through, 4.
I'm gonna do the Rocky movies, and you know what? Action Jackson.
It's been a while since that's top of the list.
It's on Tubi.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we'll watch Action Jackson and do an episode to like really
dig in on it.
Do like a big Carl Weathers tribute with that.
He has some great one-liners in that one too, where like there's this bad guy with like a flamethrower, but he turns the tables and uses it, or no, it's like a grenade launcher that shoots fire, and he's like, "How do you like your ribs? extra crispy and like blows the guy up.
That's
it's so awesome.